Jeff Dye has gone from being class clown in Kent to moving to Los Angeles for big TV opportunities. Can't talk about it. In between those two stages, like here to move to Los Angeles, he won the 10th annual Giggles Laff Off. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Great. Hey, I know the stuff you can't talk about. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You got that flesh-eating bacteria again?
Yeah, that's
it's
I don't like talking
kind of like a dried honey on your skin and pus.
I get very ashy. So.
But you cleaned up well for the shows this weekend. That's good.
Much.
Yeah, and we can't talk about it at all.
Sure.
Right,
no,
we're not even allowed to say anything.
You can't talk about it yet, but big things gonna happen this summer. So everyone watch your TV.
My mom said, Jeff, just be careful. I mean, it's dangerous down there.
Yeah. Sure, people worry about that a lot. L.A.
Good-looking young guy like yourself, you can get in a lot of trouble down there.
That's what I've heard. I've been sticking to the safe streets like Compton. All the safe areas.
Oh, yeah, nice. Don't go to the valley, dude.
Yeah, I'm very street smart.
They ask you to take your shirt off, get the money first.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not falling for that again.
Things are great. You're gonna be on TV a lot. People are gonna see you a lot, and we can't say why.
Sure.
But that's a good thing. In the meantime, tell us about your life here in Seattle. Now you're ditching it all and moving to Los Angeles. Are you leaving like breaking hearts? Are you leaving a girl behind?
Nope, not leaving any girls behind. I've stayed clear of that. But just family and friends. I'm from Kent originally. I like to mention that at any point that I can on any show, Kent, Washington. But
Kent, Washington. Hold on.
Yeah, there it is. Kent, are you listening? They're probably all asleep. Yeah, it's nice. I keep telling everyone I'm not going to sell out or anything, but then hopefully next time I come back, I'll have like a fur coat and 3 iPhones.
One thing I see in your resume you don't see, I've never seen in a comedian's resume, is you were part of the Young Life group, which I know a little bit. It's a faith-based teen group,
definitely.
Church-oriented.
I led for it for 5 years over in Kent area, Tahoma High School.
So you're a clean...
That's right.
He's a clean living, high morals, values guy, and he's moving to L.A.
It's true.
Does anybody want to tell
comedy,
him?
It's all doomed.
Be careful.
Your new name is Biscuit. Welcome to Los Angeles.
The comedy name is Beans. So,
tell us about where you're going to live when you get there. Have you picked out an apartment? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm going to be living in North Hollywood. It's a place pretty big, about the size of a refrigerator, that I'm going to be sleeping in. About the whole place. For about the same amount of rent, but it's okay. I'm excited just to be down there.
Right, and you're in the meantime, even though you live here, you've been traveling all over the country.
Definitely, yeah.
You're not. I mean, you sort of haven't lived here in a while, in a sense, because your comedy career has taken off. And how do you play? Do you play? I remember reading a Steve Martin book, and he would talk about how he played in different parts of the country. People would get his humor better than in other parts. How does that work for you?
Seattle is the most politically correct, uptight as it comes to like audiences. Like they'll laugh about something like, "Oh, homeless people." Oh, that's kind of a racist joke a little bit, but then it'll come to a subject that they're like a little sensitive about, and they'll be like, "Hey, I didn't think you were going to joke about that." You know what I mean? Like and that never in any other city. Every other city knows they're going to a comedy club. They're going to.
It's going to be comedy.
Yeah, definitely.
The gloves come off.
Yeah, you go to Wyoming, anything's free game.
Everything is
happy to have live entertainment.
Exactly.
That's right. They don't get to choose between you and Riverdance in Wyoming.
Yeah. It's near karaoke night, so quite a draw.
What's your favorite place to play?
I like Utah a lot, surprisingly. I think maybe just because they're like such a clean area, they like clean comedy. And then Seattle obviously is my favorite because it's more of a challenge. But New York City is good.
So if you cut your teeth in Seattle, it's a little like learning how to play on a difficult guitar.
Definitely. And then I'm prepared when I go out to all those other places, for sure.
What's the scariest gig so far? Have you done one of the where you have to walk out on a big, big name stage, or when Jay Leno's in the audience or something like that?
No, the scariest.
This is about what's about to happen.
The scariest for a comedian is when there's no one in the audience. That's the scariest thing, is when you go out there and you're just going to be... I did a gig at the Little Creek Casino. I was in the side room. That's what, I was booked on this little side room.
You were like the warm-up guy for the big room.
4 people there, yeah.
Yeah.
And none of them expected comedy. There was just a room they went into and chilled at. And it was the hardest gig I've ever done in my life. At one point, a lady with a Winnie the Pooh sweatshirt said, "You stink." I got that from a woman in a Winnie the Pooh sweatshirt.
Dude, she knows comedy.
Yeah,
I know
she
her.
got up and I said, "All right."
Have you read Steve Martin's book? You're a young fella.
I have Born Standing Up.
Yeah, you read that because he had the
book.
same kinds of experiences.
Yeah.
He would be really huge, and he would go somewhere, and you know what? There was a club owner, I believe, that made him start when there were only one person maybe.
Right.
Remember
Yeah.
that story?
Yeah. About
And he said if they hear the audio coming through the doors, they'll start walking in the club.
If you can make one person, if you can make like a small room like that laugh, like a small, which I didn't at that time, but if you can make a small,
You Stink was probably the highlight of her day anyway.
Sure.
Obsessed, I see, with your new iPhone. You mentioned it. A thrill for you would be having 3 of them
Sure,
and a
walking
fur
around,
coat.
yeah.
My son has one of these too. What is the big thrill? Is it just because you have something before everybody else? Or?
Yeah, I like to bust it out in any comment, like anything, just to show people that I have it. If I'm at Starbucks, hey, look at this on my iPhone. I'll check it. It's just pretty cocky, but I like, if I'm giving a bum some change, maybe I'll throw my iPhone in one hand.
And that's and I'm giving you 50 cents. And look at my stock portfolio.
Yeah, exactly.
My Boeing's down
show
today,
my
so me
emails.
giving you 50 cents hurts a little more than it should. You better appreciate this.
Exactly. You could own this someday, sir.
Now, do you use it for practical applications, or is it more of a toy? Do you keep track of things on it, or do you just play with the pictures?
I just got it so I could get my emails at all the time, because to be honest, like in stand-up comedy, like these clubs, they'll shoot out like 5 emails to someone for like open weekends, and it's not necessarily Jeff Dye they want. They just want someone that can do the job. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like it's whoever replies fastest. So I'll come home after like an hour of not checking my email, and I'll be like, I'd love to, and then they're like, oh, we already filled it with Mackie Chuckle Hut, I'm like, I guess they
he
really
just had a better connection than you, babe. That's all.
Exactly.
Not funny, but
You do.
fast.
You remind me a little of my son, who's so wired and plugged in 24/7 that if he sends me an email message and I don't respond in 30 seconds, he goes, geez.
Sure. Get with the times, Dad.
Yeah, but you are instantaneously on top of everything these days.
You have to be. I feel like I have to be to compete with everyone else, because I wasn't like that, months ago. But now I feel like if I don't have it and I'm on the road somewhere, I got to find it.
So I want to ask again, you're not breaking any hearts when you're leaving here?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know.
No, he's looking right at me.
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
My son moved to L.A. for a little while and only lasted a couple months because the girl back here was too good. He had to.
Oh, really? I had to come back and come get her. I like the crazy ladies. I like it when I'm kissing a girl and she's like, "Talk to me dirty," and I'll just whisper back, "I haven't brushed my teeth in 7 days." Like that's
dirty.
I like the ladies that are into that. You know what I mean?
I think I might have Hep C.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm into, just personally. Or
Danger.
the last girl I dated had an eating disorder, so things didn't really work. She was a vegan. Have you heard of this?
That's an eating disorder?
Yeah, sure. I think it's Greek. I don't know. It's for like malnourished hippie. I'm not sure how it
Down
really works.
in L.A., there's a lot of, people get behind causes, either being green, driving a hybrid, getting into politics. You got any good causes you feel strongly about yet?
Nothing. I mean, Young Life. Like I'll always be a financial supporter of Young Life, but I don't think comedians. You hear a lot of comedians talk about politics. I don't think comedians should be allowed to talk about politics, because we're probably the we don't even pay taxes most of the time. You know what I mean? Like you think we're claiming the $50 we just made down at Tickles Hut in Wyoming? No, we're not. You know what I mean? So like, if you ever hear a comedian talking about politics, you should be like, all right, shut up. Next subject. Yeah. You're not even a citizen.
So you've got a political candidate, but you don't disclose it or anything.
Yeah, well, whoever wins, I don't care. Really, I'm okay.
They're all about the same, aren't
they?
Sure,
for me, they're all just as dishonest or honest as the next guy. They're just, I don't know. I'm not too into it.
When you move to LA, what's the first thing you plan on doing that you can't do in Seattle?
Going to the beach, I guess. Yeah, if I go to the beach here, it's a little cold. I try it, every once in a while, every week or so, I'll head down there. Still cold.
You go down to Alki, put on your suit, you go,
exactly.
No, I don't think so.
Well, the water's still cold? What's going on here?
The beach sounds like fun.
Yeah, it'll be good.
All right. Jeff Dye, and I can't tell you how cool what's about to happen for this guy is because of contractual obligations. Which is what happens, right? And I've stayed within the limits of all of that.
Sure, and I appreciate that.
He said actually that he'd be the one to blurt it out. So,
let me try to answer.
No, you can't.
You're going to be on a show.
He's going to be big TV stuff. Household name.
If you blurt out the name of the show, do you have to give the money back?
By the way, I'm going to get you off before Spike blows this because
they could just cut me from the show, or I don't think they'd want to. But
but it's big
Judge
stuff.
Maria Lopez would never do that to you. She's a decent woman.
Cops would be pissed.
Yeah.
That's
What did Jeff Probst make you eat?
All of that's coming up. Jeff, congratulations. Always good to see you, and always good to see a local boy do very, very well.
Thank you, guys.
We're going to stay in touch with your career, and he even gave us the number for his iPhone so that when he's on the TV show, we can call and flip him some burgers.
Yes, nights and weekends